All right, the 11th point of our 15-point practice plan is the first of 5 points having to do with the delivery of legal services. It's not enough to package and properly price the service, but it's necessary also to actually produce the product or service and then get it delivered to the client in a timely fashion. And that takes, as our 11th point, it takes efficiency. It takes the ability to produce the work, to do the work in a way that, in a manner that is cost sustainable, in a manner that produces it in sufficient quantity to make it an affordable product. Quantity, speed, efficiency, the appropriate use of resources. Lawyers do not often give enough study to their work processes. A good way to study work processes is to actually record them, and few lawyers will do that, although it's a good practice. It's good practice for a couple of reasons. One, you can study the practice, then study the processes, and that might improve them. You might find ways to make the work more consistent, higher quality, better quality, more timely, and also to make it less expensive, to allocate certain tasks to lower cost labor, lower cost using lower cost resources. You might have a receptionist do certain tasks, or a paralegal do other tasks, or an associate do other tasks, or even the client do certain tasks as well to make the process more efficient. You might bundle certain tasks together or disaggregate them in order to make the process speedier, more efficient, more consistent. These studies we do using work process models, writing down what we do, what the steps are for producing any kind of product or service, and then ensuring that once we write it down that we also describe the resources we're using, the time it takes, the cost it takes, how we might improve those processes, those steps, those allocations, and then how we might, once we commit to improving them, how we might control the improvement. In other words, ensure that we're following the new practice and don't fall back into old habits in some respect. Think about this part of efficiency, the step of efficiency is studying the work flow, although today we're not often using paper that physically flows around the office and in and out of the office to opposing counsel, to clients, to courts, and so on. A lot of times it's electronic, so think of it as the work steps moving from person to person, from stage to stage, and describe that, study it, improvement, and control the improvements. Think of it as a choreography, if you want, a work flow in steps described in, as one might think of it, in a choreography, connecting the parts in just the right fashion to be the most efficient at producing the work. You'd be surprised the first time you do this. The things that lawyers have done in the law office for maybe years, a simple change or two can make for a substantial savings in time or cost, and it can again improve the consistency and quality of the product. So make a study of work processes. Describe the process that you follow for every major product or service, for every major step of every major product or service, and share that information with your office staff. When you hire new staff, train them in those described processes so they follow them. Create checklists and other things to ensure that people understand what those steps are and that you routinely follow them and consistently improve them. And you'll be surprised what gains in efficiency you can make. Consider the efficiency of your practice and work on it continuously. Other service providers very much do the same. We as lawyers should as well, and it will improve our services, make them more affordable, more consistent, and higher in quality too. I hope this 11th step helps.